Is anybody else watching the hearings? Because I gotta tell you, oh my god, dude. It's just, it's killing my head. It's just fucking killing my head. Alright, so, yesterday, who did they talk to last night? Was it Kurt Volker and Jim Morrison? I don't think his name was Jim, but whatever, Morrison, Mr. Morrison. They talked to them, and they were kind of like, yeah, I mean, we thought that it was a thing. I don't know. And the Democrats went, well, you know, that was Donald Trump wanting to have them look into the, Joe Biden. And they went, oh, okay. And then the Republicans went, do you have any sort of knowledge or evidence, or did you ever hear the president say, fucking quid pro quo? No. So it really just comes down to a whole lot of things were going on, a whole lot of people were telling you shit, and you figured, oh, this must be about that. And they went, yeah. And they were like, okay. Cool. And, because, like, that doesn't mean fucking anything. Like, think of it like this, right? This is the President of the United States. Like, I shit you fucking not. This is the President of the United States, the leader of the free world. Right? And this is his justice system. Right? So, if this was you, and somebody went to the cops and said, I heard this guy told me that he heard this guy in a phone call threaten this other dude, that if he didn't, like, look into this other guy, that he wasn't going to give him money. And the police would go, so? Like, seriously, that's, like, think about it like that. I heard from a guy that a guy was on the phone with a guy, and he told him, if you didn't look into another guy, I'm not going to give you money. But it's the president. And he told the president of Ukraine, I'm not going to give you aid unless you do an investigation into Joe Biden. So that makes it a whole different fucking thing. Right? So the players are different. The stakes are massively upped. However, there's still the beginning of, I heard from a guy who heard from a guy, right? So this fucking Volker and they're kind of like the guy kind of between a guy. Like, there's still a guy between them and, like, the main guy. So this is still kind of like, this isn't third-hand shit anymore. That was the appetizer. We're going to lead with third-hand shit, right? Follow up with second-hand shit. Now we're into second-hand shit. Day 2, second-hand shit. But still the same story. You thought it was connected. Yeah. Nobody told you it was connected. No. It was implied it was connected. Not in so many words. We just all kind of figured it was connected. Like, nobody said it was connected. And nobody really asked if it was connected. And the people that did ask if it was connected, they were told, no, it's not connected. But we all kind of figured it was connected, because it just seemed like it was connected. But every time anybody said, "Is this shit connected?" they went, "No, it's not connected." So I don't know. It had a heavy feel of connectedness to it. Right? So that was pretty much yesterday. And they kind of wanted to try and blame Kurt Volker for a lot. And he was kind of like, I don't know. And they kind of went, oh, alright, well, whatever. He didn't fucking know anything. And then they brought in, this morning, they brought in Sondland. Right? I don't remember his first name is. Sondland, right? They brought this dude in. And, he was like, oh yeah, it was connected. And I'm sitting there going, oh shit. And they're like, it was connected. And he's like, oh yeah, it was definitely connected. I mean, it was heavily implied that it was connected. It was definitely my understanding that it was connected. And then it was like, well, did anybody say to you directly it was connected? And he's like, oh no. And they're like, so nobody told you it was connected directly? No. I just really think that it was connected. I mean, come on, it's dead. It's connected. Like, he's sitting there going, God. Right? And, you know, like, that guy kind of threw me for a loop. Because I'm sitting there going, well, come on, man. Even I can see the shit's probably connected. You know what I mean? But, like, I don't think the president would be so stupid as to actually do it. But I do think the president has the balls to kind of, you know, like, get that close to it. I didn't touch it. You know, like that kind of shit. Like, I will say that I think that he is the type that would do that kind of shit. Now, ultimately what happened? Nothing. Right? This guy said some things, this guy said some things, everybody's cool with everything, but the Democrats are like wicked pissed off. But it's not really anything because everything got released, so it's like, man, it was a soft threat. You know what I mean? It was like, man, you know, I can't hold funding from you and just be like, they're fucking corrupt, fuck them. You know, and like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And the president said, I don't want anything from him. I don't want him to give me anything. I just want him to do the right thing. I want him to do what he said he was going to do in his election. I want him to look into corruption with Joe Biden. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Because it's not like Joe Biden's really a political threat. Let's be honest. Right? Joe Biden's the best thing they got. Think about it. The reason why Joe Biden is polling at number one is because Joe Biden is the best thing they've got. When you compare them all and you think about them rationally, which is so difficult for so many of us, but when you compare them all and you think about it rationally, you kind of go, Joe Biden. You know what I mean? Like, because who else? You pick Kamala Harris? Really? Donald Trump eat that bitch for fucking breakfast. You gotta be shitting me. He already beat a woman who tried, but I have a vagina. Right? He will definitely beat a woman that's going, but I have a black vagina. Like, it's gonna be pretty much the same race, just in black and white. Anyways, I've watched a lot of the fucking shit today, alright? Seriously, when it comes down to it, Joe Biden, He's the best thing you guys got. That doesn't make him a threat to Donald Trump. You know what I mean? Like, it's like when Obama ran for the second time against John McCain. Was it John McCain? Was he the first guy who ran against? I don't know. When Obama ran a second time, they put somebody against him. Alright, it was Jeb Bush or some shit like that. Like, some fucking forgettable... This guy, I don't know, he's got name recognition, so throw him in there. You know what I mean? Like, that's pretty much all it fucking was. It wasn't like they threw a real good candidate out there. It wasn't Donald Trump. Saved him in the back pocket for, the next election. No, Donald Trump came out of God's hand. Anyways, but yeah, like, you know what I mean? So, Joe Biden, really? But I think Donald Trump kind of thinks that it would be like, if this guy is like, I'm going to fucking find corruption, like, I know, first of all, a place he can look, or at least a general time period around some shit might have gone on. And he's like, so if this guy's really talking about wanting to fight corruption, I'm going to hope that he's going to really fucking do that. Because that would help amazingly if the Ukrainians were to just come out and be like, we found fucking all sorts of corrupt Joe Biden shit. If that came out of nowhere, it would be blamed on Donald Trump anyways. They would, if the fucking Ukrainians came out tomorrow and said, we actually found some shit, we've got some like shit going on, so hold your horses, America, news is coming, we're doing a little bit of an investigation right now, and we think we found something, they would just go, I see the pressure campaign, right? So it's kind of like, I wonder if it isn't a thing where it's like Donald Trump maybe overplayed his hand a little bit, and the Democrats are like, quick, make it a thing where he can't fucking have it happen. You know what I mean? Like, there's no fucking way, even if they do look into it, and even if they do find something, we can automatically discredit it because, we're making a big issue of it, and then we can just say, fucking Donald Trump, look at it, it's happening in front of us while we're having an impeachment hearing about it. The whole strong arm thing is coming into fruition, and oh my God, we definitely have to impeach him now. You know what I mean? Like, so, even if they do look into it and find something, what are they going to do? They can't really say anything about it. This is going to fuck Donald Trump. Right? And now here's the kicker. Let's say that Joe Biden actually does get the nomination. And it's Joe Biden, Donald Trump. Fucking 2020. Right? Joe Biden, Donald Trump. And, right? What if there even is something? It's going to be discredited. But what if Joe Biden loses? What if nobody does any investigations? Joe Biden gets the nomination, and then Joe Biden loses, alright? But Joe Biden wins the popular vote. Well, then they can go, well, see, it was a rigged election. Donald Trump is not really the president. He stole the election. He did all this meddling. We investigated for all his meddling. And because we made it a spectacle for like a whole year leading up to the election, and everybody kept asking questions about Joe Biden, he stole the election. And they're going to say he's an illegitimate president because Donald Trump and Ukraine meddled in the election. And then it's going to be the investigation to find out why it was that we decided to talk about this for a fucking year. And make sure that everybody fucking thought about Joe Biden and his corrupt son. And all this corrupt shit that they were doing in Ukraine. That's all just a conspiracy theory. But like, why, So I think that this could also be like a backup plan. I mean, I don't know what dimension chess I'm playing with that, but I know I'm at least playing chess. Generally, the Democrats play checkers. But maybe they have a chess player out there. Maybe they at least have somebody who's willing to watch me because they hate me, and then maybe they'll go, oh, it's a good idea. And then maybe I'll see that later on down the line and go, see, I predicted that a year ago. And but I think, I mean, from everything I'm hearing now, here's where I think ultimately I'm probably going to wind up landing on this. This is going to be my thought process, right? Was it linked? Was it directly expressly linked by the President of the United States of America? No. The President said many times, I am not linking these two things. I'm not asking for anything. I just want him to do the right thing. Now, am I so fucking ignorant as to say that I don't understand what that shit means? Am I so stupid as to say I don't see the fucking play here? No. But it's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Right? Is there proof that exists out there that Donald Trump said explicitly, I ain't giving Ukraine shit until they give me Joe Biden's fucking head? Right? Like, do I think there's any proof out there at all that that is a thing? Absolutely not. I absolutely do not think that there's any proof of that at all. Do I believe that there needs to be proof to impeach the president? Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. There kind of needs to be some sort of fucking proof. Like, we can't seriously just sit here and go, that dude said that he overheard the president threaten the fucking Ukraine, president that he wasn't going to help him unless they fucking did Joe Biden up. Right? Like, we can't seriously lower the standards of impeachment to so far below the burden of proof at the very fucking least. But to even go below the beyond a shadow of a doubt fucking burden of proof. Because do I think it's entirely possible that Donald Trump is like, fuck him, give me Joe Biden, I'll give you some javelins. And whatever else, some fucking planes, like shit. Like whatever you need. I will arm you to the gills. You can conquer Russia on my dime if you give me Joe Biden. Do I think that that's what the president wanted? Deep down in his fucking heart? Do I think deep down in his heart of hearts that he was going to bed every night kneeling on the floor with his elbows propped up on the bed like this going, Lord, please make sure that the Ukrainian president looks into Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton and the Steele dossier and the 2016 election. Please make sure that he figures that shit out of his own volition, and also that they're just dirty, horrible, terrible people, and I will reign supreme as God King. Yeah, I'd say that, yeah, that's entirely possible. That, yeah, he probably wanted that shit. But did he say to anybody explicitly, fuck them till they give me Joe Biden? Nah. Hell no. So can they impeach for that? Nah. So, fucking Donald Trump made a soft threat that was never explicitly stated. And the Democrats fucking shit all over the place. And went, oh my fucking God, we got him. And they are now attempting to sell to the American people, but your feeling deep down inside is that that was what was going on, right? And everybody's going, well, yeah. And everybody at home is going, well, yeah. And then the Republicans go, but is there any proof of any of that shit? No. Did the aid get released? Yeah. Are the Ukrainians happy? Yeah. What are we doing here? And everybody at home is going, well, shit, they gave him the fucking money anyways. You know? Because this is like beyond fucking high level shit. People don't... Dude, I'm listening to them today. Talk to the latest batch. The people that I think they're fucking still talking to now. It's goddamn 8:30 and they're probably still talking to motherfuckers. I'm listening to that shit. And this lady's like, tell the American people. Tell my constituents in Alabama or wherever the fuck why they should care about Ukraine. And I'm like, oh, this should be good. And she's like, because Ukraine is fighting a war against Russia. And I'm like, let me put myself in the shoes of one of her constituents in Alabama. Say again to me, because Ukraine is fighting a war with Russia, that's why we should send them our tax dollars? Okay. Yeah. Well, how much money did Ukraine send to the U.S. when we were at war in Afghanistan or whatever? And when we were at the war against ISIS, how many troops did Ukraine send to fight ISIS? You know what I mean? Like, people are going to be thinking about, you know, we're at war too, motherfucker. Everybody's at fucking war. Like, so fucking what? You know, like, I'm thinking to myself that could possibly be a lot of thoughts in a lot of heads of people in Alabama or wherever the fuck. Her constituency might be going, gives a shit, right? And even after hearing about how they're the last line of defense against Russia, and if Ukraine goes down, so goes the world, they're probably going to be sitting there going, fucking really? Okay. And, like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's all probably true, though. Ukraine probably is the last line of defense against Russia just storming across Europe and just conquering the whole fucking thing, and then across the ocean to America and done, right? They're going to button this up 10 years after they fucking take over Ukraine. But, like, you know what I mean? A lot of people are just kind of probably going, Like, they're not making this severely convincing argument that I think most Americans are going to give a flying fuck about. I'm just saying. Like, I'm sure it's very important, and you don't need to tell me about how fucking very important it is. I know, it's very, very fucking important. But think about it, man. A lot of people just don't care as much as you do. And they're going to go, I don't care. What do you say about to the guy that goes, I don't fucking care? Like, what do you say to the guy that's already heard your scripted thing that you're currently typing out to me? What do you say to the guy that has already seen and heard all of that and said, but I don't care? What do you say after that? Leave that comment down below. But, yeah, like, I think there's probably a lot of people going, I don't care. I mean, I care. I see Ukraine as the last line of defense against Russian aggression. And I care very deeply for the Ukrainian people. And I think that we should be giving them aid. I think we should be giving them javelins. I'm glad we're giving them javelins now. Right? Like, and this is the thing. I think the Ukraine might actually be a country that we could, like, arm and give weapons to and help out in wars and shit like that. And they're not going to turn around and just, like, declare jihad against us and use our own arms against us. Like, this might be the first country that's come up that I'm, like, actually in support of helping in a fucking war, because I don't think we're ever going to be having our javelins thrown our fucking direction. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm actually kind of cool with this as far as foreign aid goes. So, whatever, yeah, give the Ukrainians fucking guns and shit. But, like, If you honestly expect your average American person to hear the Ukrainians are at war with Russia and that's why we should help them, they're going to go, so fucking what? You know what I mean? And then they're going to hear about all this other stuff and they're going to go, yeah, so fucking what? Everybody's at war. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't think the American people are really going to get swayed a whole lot by this. I think this is just going to be another one of those futile exercises to just kind of, like, stall. You know, like, everything is like, just stall. Let's just stall. Stall until it's over. We'll just go like this and go, and then we'll do that for 5 years straight. And then afterwards, we'll go, okay, now let's talk. There you go. That's pretty much where I'm at. Do I think that it was a soft threat? Yeah, probably. Do I think that there is proof that it was an actual threat? Absolutely fucking not. So they ain't got shit. They're not going to prove anything. There's so many things that the Republicans can point to and go, but all this. And then the Democrats, the only thing that they can do now, like, it's just sad to watch them now. Every fucking one of them comes up. Thank you, Chairman, for recognizing me. I just want to highlight how very important Ukraine is and how important it is that they get their money. Why is it exactly that the Ukraine is important to the American people? Please tell Mike, I heard you tell the gentle lady from Alabama what her constituents should give a flying fuck about. But I'm from South Dakota. You gotta understand, I've got very different people in South Dakota than Alabama. Tell the people from South Dakota why they should fucking care. And then this lady goes, because they're fighting a war with Russia. And he goes, that's interesting. Is this like a Cold War? Or are they actually, is Ukrainian lives, are Ukrainians dying every day? Yes, Ukrainians are dying every day. Oh, that's just terrible. And what would happen if we decided we weren't going to give aid anymore to the Ukrainians? They would get fucked. They'd be fucked. They'd have no support for, like, weapons and stuff because nobody else is giving them weapons because nobody else gives enough of a shit to give them weapons but us. So they'd be fucked. They'd be fucked. The president is fucking the Ukrainians by denying them their support. Thank you for my time, Mr. Chairman. This is a goddamn fucking travesty. And thank you very much. The chair would like to recognize, fuck it, you're going to just give your time to Jim Jordan. Jim Jordan, you're up, buddy. And Jim Jordan's going to go, did they get their fucking money? And you're going to go, yes, they got their money. Fucking A, they got their money. Who gives a shit? And I'm done. That's what it is. Like, that's literally the play. And then it's wash, rinse, and repeat. Tell me why the people from Texas should give a fuck about Ukraine. She goes, oh, because they're in war with Russia. Still. It's been 5 minutes. They're still in a war with Russia. Yep. And they go, oh, it's just terrible. Are Ukrainians dying? It's like it's... So that's what's going on tonight. So now we're caught up. Now we know everything that's going on. And I honestly think, if you want my honest opinion, do I think that the president was very much looking forward to Ukraine looking into Joe Biden and the election and finding shit all of their own volition without his even so much as nudging, right? Yes, I absolutely think that Donald Trump was hoping that that shit would happen. Do I think that Donald Trump might have gone, hey, poke that motherfucker in the ribs just one time? Yeah. Do I think Donald Trump said, hey, break that motherfucker's knees? No. So that's where you're at. Like, There's all manner of plausible deniability, and there's all manner of shadow of doubt. It's all based on your bias. Are you a person who thinks that Donald Trump did this fucking shit? If your answer is yes, well then you're probably for impeachment. If at this point you're saying to yourself, yeah, fuck him, then you're voting for Trump next year. Great. It's like, again, it comes down to like the 10% that's in between, that is looking at all of this and going, oh my God, I don't even know what to think. That other 10% that's like, we're courting the people that just can't figure it the fuck out. Right? We're all going after the dummies that I just don't fucking know, man. That's who we're all going after. Everybody else has already made up their mind. This is where we're at, folks. Like, this is literally where we're fucking at. Are you okay with the president saying, poke that motherfucker in the ribs to somebody about Ukrainian president to look into Joe Biden? Is that a thing that you're kind of like, I'd actually really love for Ukraine to look into Joe Biden too? If that's you, you're kind of with me. You're okay with that kind of shit. And honestly, you know what I mean? Like, is it right? No. Is it something that I honestly believe that every fucking president that's ever run the United States ever, starting with George Washington and going up until today, has done? Yes! So, yeah, I think this kind of shit actually happens all the time. I think there were times where Obama was like, you know what? Put their aid on hold for a month. And just let them find out about it. And then as soon as they find out about it, release it. Yeah! Yeah! I think that's pretty fucking common, honestly. And I think we're finding out about this shit now because of Donald Trump. Honestly, it's kind of crazy. Donald Trump really is bringing a whole lot of transparency to shit. I think that this is honestly something that fucking happens. I believe people were kind of like, you can kind of do this. Somebody probably went to him and went, it happens. Put it on hold for a month or two. And just let them find out. And then as soon as they find out, as soon as they ask about it, release it. Go, oh, sorry about that. Clerical error. And then let it go. That's how you might be able to get them to do it. You are one clerical error away from mass slaughter for at least a day or two before we can expedite this shit to you. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Maybe when you're the big dog and everybody else is just sitting underneath you and yapping at your heels, you kind of want to look at them and go, look, I can kick you out of the fucking herd and you can walk off into the wasteland. See how good you do. Or you can, earn your money. Is it right? Probably not, no. Is it how the world works? Probably, yeah.